So this video, we're talking a little bit about having OPENELEC on a USB drive. So my first video on this channel, I talked about how to install OPENELEC on a USB flash drive. So hopefully you have gotten to that point and you have OPENELEC on a USB flash drive. It's really great, it's really fast, and just awesome. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just really good. Now, if you don't want to go through that whole process again, I'll just try to explain here in brief how to duplicate what you have. So say you already have it installed on this one, let's just say. Well, you take your other USB drive and you're basically going to clone what's on this one to put it on this one here. So the process is very easy. On the screen, on the desktop, we go to Image USB Software, which if you do a search on Google for Image USB, it'll come up with the first link, and of course just download it again. It's called Image USB, and it'll come up with the first link and you just download it. So once you install that software and you have it online here, you would take, well, let's say you had the OPENELEC on this flash drive right here. So you want to duplicate it on this one. Well, the first thing you would do would put in your original OPENELEC, and when I do, try to put it in here, you'll get it pop up with this message, which we're about to see right here. Make sure you do not format disk. Just cancel. You'll ruin once you had any other pop-ups. Just dismiss them as well, and I have another one behind. I want to dismiss that. Do not format disk because you'll erase what you had, so that's very important to know. Okay, so now my disk is in there and I want to refresh the drives. It says refresh will clear any status, continue, yes. So now it's just showing up here, and I will tick the box up there. That is the drive I have in with OPENELEC on it. And the first thing I want to do is save or create an image of what I have on there. So once I have this checked, I would go to the second button here where it says create image from USB drive. Okay, so you have the USB check box, the box checked with the USB at the top, and then the second notification here check where it says create image from USB drive. And once you have that done, you simply go down to the word create and create it. Of course, you have to have it specified here in step 3 where you're creating it. Like for instance, I have mine browsed to the desktop, and I typed in a name. I think I just called it OPENELEC, and when I did, it showed up right here as you see in step 3. So then once that's done, hit create as I mentioned, and when you hit create, you'll see the overall progress bar take a number of minutes. It's not a fast thing but it'll get there after a few minutes, and when it's done, you can either exit out of this or just refresh the drive for the second step of it. But I would just exit out to keep it nice and clear for understanding. So once you've done that, exit out, and then you will see it on your desktop, whatever you called it. I had mine called OPENELEC, so I have it done. Now that's kind of like all step 1 or part 1. Step 2, part 2, you have basically that's your OPENELEC that you have on your USB right there. Well, we're going to take out that original drive now, and we're going to put in our second drive, which is a blank drive. Now I think I have something on mine, so it's going to pop up and I'm going to have to do all this cancel stuff because I do have something on mine. But if you didn't have anything on it, you'd probably just have your blank USB show up. So we go back into the USB Image USB software again, and this time again we at the very top put a check mark in the box, and this time we opt for the first option, which says write image to USB drive. So we have your USB drive put in there, your blank one, and we have the first option checked here, with write image to USB drive, and we have a check mark in the very top box right at the top. And then we say browse to find where we just made that image a moment ago. In my case, it's on the desktop, and there it is, OPENELEC. So I would just select it, and I would say open, and in step 3 it just shows up there. So now when I click write, which is the final step, I click write, it's going to take that image that was on my desktop, and it's going to put it on the USB drive, which basically is a no-brainer. It just clones it, so I would just hit write. Now I already have it done, so there's not much sense in me doing it again. And again, after a number of minutes, the overall progress bar will show it done, and you can just exit out of the image USB software, and basically you're done. Then you can take your USB drive, just close out of the software here, but you can take your USB drive then, and you have a perfect clone of the original. So you can start either from boot drive, of course, and it's awesome because maybe you'd like to do one for a friend, or maybe you'd like to have multiple copies of this, so you can, change the programming maybe on one slightly different than the programming of kodi on the other. There's various reasons. Sometimes you just like to have a backup. But in any case, it's a great way to duplicate and clone your OPENELEC. So I'm doing a restart of my computer, and I have to hit the F2 button on my computer to restart to put mine in legacy mode. You may or may not have to do that. And so once I see my logo, I hit F2 a couple of times, and then I scroll over to boot menu. See, I have UEFI selected, so I hit enter, and I go down one to choose legacy mode. So I hit enter, click OK, OK, hit F10 to lock it in, say yes, enter again, and now when it restarts, it's in legacy mode. I should be starting off that USB drive. Here it is, cloned copy of OPENELEC, and that is awesome. It starts so fast and runs kodi so well. It's just great. And that's my custom copy of OPENELEC. And of course, if you have any trouble doing this, or you just don't want to, you can always contact me. tvthat'sfree.com. tvthat'sfree.com, and send me a message there, and I can always get you set up as well. So contact me there if you like. I hope this video has helped you in some way. Thanks for tuning in.